All right, we got the red light going. Yeah. Okay. All right, y'all. We got the red light going. We are good to go. The sound is all right. We are good. What's going on, guys? It is the OP Boys episode. What's going on, y'all? Y'all already know what we do here. We talk about everything One Piece, especially the new chapters that come out. Okay. And thankfully, Oda blessed us with a banger this chapter, 1104. Yo, we gonna get into it. This is crazy. My partner's not here right now. He has some pressing business. So hopefully he can jump on if he can. So while we wait for him, we gonna be talking with y'all. Just me and you, me and y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, subscribe, share, click on that notification bell. Definitely help out the channel. Also, I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna be putting up new episodes. Go on Patreon, join the Patreon, help your boy out. If you join Patreon, you will get the full One Piece chapter full One Piece episodes that I react to. Okay, full of them because I can't put it on YouTube because you know how YouTube is. So join the link. The link is going to be in the description and in the comment section down below. Okay, so definitely do that for your boy. All right, y'all. So listen, enough of that. We got to talk about 1104 because this was crazy. Okay. I'm probably gonna be a little bit all over the place, but we got to talk about this. Okay. Um, I love the first couple. I love the first couple of panels because I love how in the beginning you just see everything we done seen about Kuma from all of Egghead, all these chapters that we saw, these past 10, 15 chapters now that we got of this damn of Kuma's backstory. I love how they focused on the flashback in this chapter. I love how they focused on the most important parts, which was Giddy crying, Saturn talking down to Kuma saying, "Yo, you are a slave. Your only function is to be a slave or get excommunicated." And then going back to his father, I love how all of that cum- culminated into that punch. Oh, and oh my God. That hit was so satisfying. And let me tell you something. I think this is Oda's favorite chapter too, because the way he drew that chapter, the way he drew this chapter was magnifico. Okay? All right? Magnifico. Homie was, that picture of Kuma finally landing that blow on Saturn. Oh my gosh. Just we're gonna talk about the power thing in a second, but just the art for that particular moment was so great. Oh my gosh. Might have been one of the best looking panels I've seen in a minute. You know what I'm saying? In the manga. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree with that. But anyway, oh, let's get to the power thing too. Kuma hit Saturn so hard, knocked him on his ass, and then on top of that, all of the buildings fell down on him. That's how hard he hit Kuma. I mean, that's how hard Kuma hit Saturn. Mind you, so we already know Buccaneers have like superhuman strength, like crazy strength. However, because they're big for their for their body or whatever. However, Kuma never used haki since we've seen him in the flashback and in present day. We've never seen him, pre-time skip. We've never seen him use haki. Now I'm assuming he learned. I'm assuming he's had haki this whole time. That's what I'm assuming. Uh, However, he added haki with this hit. Now my question is, and let me know, let me hear from y'all, because I don't be hearing from y'all. I want to hear from y'all, man. This is the new year. I want to hear from you guys. Okay, how strong do you think Kuma is? Because I feel like from this hit and the way that um homie went down, Saturn went down. I feel like Kuma is like past the warlord. I feel like he's stronger than the warlord. I wouldn't necessarily say Yonko. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I wouldn't disagree with it if somebody brought that up. Is he as strong as a Yonko? Like where would you put him on that? Where would you put him? Would you put him as a Yonko or would you put him still as a warlord? Let me know in the comments down below because I feel like Saturn has shown great power, great powers. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna get to one that I don't like. We're gonna get to that later on. But for him to just lay out Saturn like that is kind of insane. So let me know. Like, do you think he's above a warlord? Which above a warlord is like a Yonko. So do you think he's a Yonko level, or do you think he's just very strong, or do you think he's the strongest? Um, what can I say? It. I just said it. Is he the strongest warlord? Is that it, or is he like on some Yonko status? Let me know about that. Whoo, yo, this chapter was so crazy, bro. Okay, so what I didn't realize, because I have read this twice, what I didn't realize was that Saturn, when he did get back up, which is crazy he even got back up, uh his arm was gone, which is crazy. This adds to the strength of Kuma, which is insane. Um And then we find out that Jay Saturn can he can use rejuvenation. He can regenerate himself on some perfect self status. And I have an issue with this. I have a big issue with this. And I have a big issue with this because it's shonen. It's shonen. This trope specifically is getting very annoying to me, and it's like kind of overused because it's like every villain has regen, and every main character has regen powers. Like it's just like I want a story where regen is not focused like that all the time. And One Piece, they don't really do it like that. Yeah, you got Logias that you can't touch like that. Yes, but there was really no regen powers like that in One Piece. But now it is. Now, yes, I do understand that this may be because of Saturn. I mean Saturn. This may be because of Emu, because it's being theorized within the One Piece world that possibly that Emu is channeling, or the Gorosei is channeling Emu's powers. So they're getting their powers from Emu. That's what's going on in the One Piece world right now. That's what people are saying right now, or theorizing. And it could be true. However, I'm getting really tired of the regen stuff. I'm really kind of getting tired of that. I really want to get a villain that is just menacing without having regeneration powers. Kaido is a perfect example of this. He was a powerhouse. He was destroying everybody, and he did not have regen powers. He wasn't even a Lokia. He, I mean, yeah, he had a legendary fruit, yes, but it was the fact of it was more of him than it was the fruit. Mind you, the fruit did do something, but it didn't really make him so OP. It didn't really make him to like what I'm talking about with Jay Sam. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that would make Kaido such a beast because yes, he was hard to get rid of. Yes, and his body was so dense that you couldn't really hurt him like that unless you had to hurt him internally. You know what I mean? So we need more villains like that. That's what we need. More villains like him, Dofi, like Eno, we need more villains like that that don't spam regeneration powers like that. Like so that's my issue with that whole thing. Oh yeah, also we found out that Vegapunk, or I'm sorry, Jay Saturn actually, because remember, Vegapunk had a he had asked Vegapunk to install a uh self-destruct mechanism in Kuma. So we found out that he actually pulled the trigger when Kuma was with the revolutionaries, when they finally got him from Marijoa. So, but Vegapunk didn't put that in. He put in a failsafe where his whole body would just shut down so he could honor the agreement with uh Jay Saturn, with Saturn. But that's not what happened. And it was funny where Vegapunk just kind of chalked it up to it's the power of love, baby. What can you tell? Like, what can you? What can I say? It's power of love. Okay, that's how he did it. There ain't no way this dude should be running in right now. But he also says that the Buccaneers have this thing about them, something special about them, but he couldn't really put his hands on it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But I mean, but from what I've seen, it's evident that Kuma, it may be a Buccaneer ability, it may just be his own willpower. He may have a Luffy type willpower. We don't know. However, we're gonna just chalk it up to the power of love. That's what we're gonna do. So that's crazy. Um, so yeah, like yo, this. Ooh, oh yeah, I wanted to say this too, real quick. I wanted to mention this too. The fact that the Bonnie's moment with Kuma was so great. Seeing Bonnie as a little child, she went back to being 10 years old and seeing Kuma just hold her like back in the day, like we're seeing in the flashbacks. That was so great. Oda, let me tell you something. Oda is a great writer, bro. Yeah, I do have some how do you say it? I do have some issues with how with certain things with him, but I can't deny he is a great, superb writer. You know what I'm saying? He's able to like take something in the past and then bring it to the forefront so it hits you so heavy. And then the emotions, bro. Oh my god. Heesh. Like I just finished Skypiea. So I'm going back and watching One Piece, like I've said in the past couple of videos. And I watch and I'm finishing up Skypiea, and when Luffy rings the bell, finally gets rid of Eno, and he uses Eno with the gold rifle to ring the bell. Oh my God. So emotional. So good. Oda's great at that. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of great, we got to give it to the two MVPs of this chapter, which is Sanji and Frankie. Okay. Because Sanji blocks the attack of Jay Saturn. So for whatever reason, they're able to move now. I don't know why. Because we need to get more information on Saturn's abilities. But for right now, everybody's able to move. So Jay Saturn hasn't been able to do his attack. You know, the string, or the holding attack, whatever he did. He's not able to do that. He hasn't done that yet. Probably because he's using all that regen power to just regenerate himself. So so Sanji blocks the attack that's about to hit Kuma and Bonnie. So that was dope to see. He was able to block that, so that's a great hype on him. And hey, let me tell y'all something. Sanji's been getting his moments, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. And people been saying that during the anime, they've been saying that Sanji had the better fight compared to Zoro in the anime, in the Wano art. So people were saying like, yo, people been giving it up to Sanji, bro. Sanji's having his it's been Sanji's time the past couple of years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So but that was a dope moment for Sanji to block that attack. That was pretty hype. And then we got my man Frankie coming up with the rebuttal attack and attacks Jay Saturn, puts a hole in this dude with the radical beam, bro. That was so dope to see. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about too. So Kizaru. Kizaru, let me tell y'all something about Kizaru. Okay. Kizaru, I don't know if you want to call him a villain. I don't know. But he is very determined to do his job. Even though he loves Vegapunk, and we saw him in the flashback, he loves Sentomaru. He respects Kuma a lot. Despite what's going on, he does respect Kuma a lot. However, his duty to the government is unbreakable. And he's willing to do whatever he needs to. Even willing to get rid of Vegapunk. And Vegapunk is like, yo, you a piece of crap, bro. Like, what are you doing? How do you not have a heart? You see what this man did. And you just ain't gonna do it. And yo, homie's just like, listen, I need a darker shades, bro, because I can't take this no more. Just that line itself was just like, yo, I'm gonna need some darker shades, bro, because he didn't want to see what was go. He didn't want to like face it. You know what I'm saying? But he got to do what he got to do. And I need to see a flashback on Kizaru, which I'm sure we're gonna get. We might even get it in this arc, honestly, because I need to understand why Kizaru is so gun ho about following the Navy. The government and following Jay Saturn and the Gorosei. He's seen shit. He knows Jay Saturn is horrible. Probably more than likely, all of the Gorosei is horrible. He knows this, but yet and still, he's still following orders. I need to see why this is. I need to see why. Hopefully we'll get a flashback. Probably soon of Kizaru. You know what I mean? So Kizaru was like, "Yo, all right, you straw hats have gotten stronger. I gotta admit that. Let's see how strong you are." And then, yeah, Kizaru goes after Frankie. So, guys, are we going to get Kizaru versus Frankie and Sanji versus Saturn? Is that what we're getting? Because if that is, that's insane. And I can see that happening because Atlas and them are trying to get out of the area so they can escape. That's their main purpose. So I can see these fights happening, just to, buy time so everybody could get out. Now, do I think Frankie can win against Kizaru? Hell no. And as much as I love Frankie, no. He's been the GOAT. He's been the GOAT. But no. Oh, can he fight Kizaru? I don't know. I think he can buy time, but I don't think he can beat Kizaru. No. Remember, this is a admiral. And that's the thing I kind of have this thing with the fandom right now because some of them really think that just because we haven't seen the admirals in a minute, that they're weak. No, they're not weak. They're strong. Mind you, they the thing of it is they don't go after the Yonkos really because they need permission to do that because it's a whole big thing. But they are strong. Like y'all gotta stop. Because if they weren't that strong, the Kaido, Kaido and Big Mom would have destroyed the Marines, the Gorosei, and all of them a long time ago. If that was if these men were not strong, if these admirals were not strong, Kaido and Big Mom would have been dog walking every everybody a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So let's get the admirals credit. So let's stop. Let's stop on let's stop on ceremony right here. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm bringing this up too because I'm gonna make another video about this too, like a separate video. But Luffy, where is Luffy right? Luffy is still recovering. Where is Kizaru? Kizaru is back up and ready to fight, and he's actually fighting Kizaru. I mean, Frankie right now. So I think Oda answered this question: Is Luffy ready to fight? I'm sorry, is Luffy ready to beat Nap? No, he's not. He's not. He's not. Even if you look at the Kizaru fight with Luffy, even if you look at that fight, Luffy is strong enough to buy time. to run interference, I should say. And yes, Luffy did knock down Kizaru with the dwarf star gun. I think that's what it's called. However, he had to put everything into that hit in order to hit Kizaru. And yes, while Kizaru was down for a few chapters, yes, he was. But if we equate that to real life, that's probably like a few minutes he was out. And he wasn't knocked out. He was knocked down. And now he's ready to go and fighting somebody else now. Luffy is still recovering. And I don't even know where Luffy is. That's actually a good question. Where is Luffy? Because we saw him getting fed by somebody, and then after that, we didn't even see this kid after that. So I don't know where he is. But part of what I'm saying is, I don't think Red Luffy is ready to fight to beat an admiral. I just don't think he's ready. I don't. He can fight an admiral. Yes, he can. Yes, he can. With Gear 5 especially, yes, he can. But I don't think he's ready to beat an admiral because, especially 1v1, because again, if we look at all of Luffy's fights, especially in New World, he's had a lot of help. He's either had interference or he's had help. You know what I'm saying? He had, or again, he's lost a couple of times before he won. Kaido, big example of what I'm talking about. Kaido let Luffy get that final hit just to prove that he was strong. You know what I'm saying? He kind of let his ego get in the way of victory. Because even when Luffy had Gear 5, Kaido was still getting over a little bit over on Luffy. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now, had Luffy practiced with Gear 5 more before that fact, more than likely, Luffy more than likely would have been able to take that win. But even when that fight started, he didn't fight Kaido 1v1. He fought with the new generation, basically. He fought with Zoro, Law, Kid, and Killer. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't think Luffy's ready to fight an admiral to defeat an admiral 1v1 by himself. Yeah. And again, I'm gonna talk about this in another video, so we're not even gonna like, stay too much time on this. Um so yeah, so that's that. I wonder how that fight's gonna go. I really do. I want to really see what Frankie's gonna do. And it's and it's and I want to say this too. It's kind of crazy that Frankie is getting moments, but not Usopp. And I've said this before, and I've said this in a reaction before. Feel like Usopp is kind of like a wasted character at this point. Like, I need him to really like, even as a character, like he's still like, I think he's like the biggest disappointment out of the Straw Hats, out of the post times, post time skip, because he's supposed to be, we really expected him to be like more manly, more like, more. I'm gonna do it. I'm confident. I'm strong. Whatever, whatever, whatever. Have more, have more courage. But he's still the same. He's still the same. Still the same. I feel like he needs an opponent. He needs like a katakuri level opponent. And when I say katakuri level opponent, I mean somebody that's above him, that he has to kind of like rise to the occasion in the moment. That's what I mean. And he needs that type of fight. And I feel like it's time. It's time. It is time. Okay? It's time. Um, so hopefully Oda rectifies that. Hopefully. Um, okay. So we got to talk about this part because it's great. A Buster Call was put into place. Okay. Now, mind you guys, this is very big. The last time we had a Buster Call was in Eni's lobby. Okay. And the Straw Hats barely got out of that. Barely. 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 Okay. So now all of these ships are coming through, and and it's just like I don't know how they're gonna get out of this. I really don't. I really don't know how the Straw Hats and the Vegapunks. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this. And the only way I can really see them coming out of this is if Blackbeard comes through, because we saw Blackbeard's flag outside the island, and he still hasn't shown his face. We still don't know who's on that ship. We still don't know. So it's either going to be Blackbeard or his. Well, more than likely, it's probably his crew. It's probably not Blackbeard himself, probably. Um, and then we got the revolutionaries. We don't know if they're still coming or not. I know they're trying to figure out where Kuma's going. However, um, supposedly they're supposed to come in this arc. Supposedly, I hope they do because I want to see Luffy and his father like meet for the first time. I feel like it's been way overdue, you know. And then I don't know how they're gonna get out of there. That's the crazy shit. That's the crazy part. What do you guys think though? Like how do you think they're gonna get out of this situation? How are the Straw Hats gonna get out? How? 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 You know what I'm saying? It's just pandemonium now. Oh my gosh. And I wanted to bring up something else too, that I forgot. I want to make sure I forgot because I wrote everything down and I just want to make sure I remember. That was everything. Yeah, I think that was everything, guys. I really did love this chapter. This chapter was a banger to come back from. Um, I'm just, I just don't know what's gonna happen now. Oh wait, no, I forgot the robot. The robot is still in play. The robot is still in play. The robot is still in play. That's right. I forgot. Since the robot is still in play, they still have a chance. Now I don't know what this robot is gonna do specifically, but we know that it's activated, but we don't, it hasn't moved or anything yet. So we don't know. It might come next chapter. That's definitely possible. I don't know. And we're not on break, so this is very good. We're not on break, so this is very good. So like I said, what do you guys think? Do you think Frankie's gonna survive this fight with Kizaru? Do you think that he has a chance in hell of fighting Kizaru? I personally don't. Me personally. But I've been wrong before. Who knows? Because this is an app. I don't see anybody below except for Zoro and maybe Sanji. And maybe what's his face? Jinbei, maybe? I don't see nobody aside from them able to fight a admiral. Okay. But again, Frankie's like an enigma. He's like the anomaly because he is part cyborg, part human, and he was able to move while Jay Saturn froze everybody. Okay, so there's that too. And Jay Saturn, he is a menace. He is a piece of crap. And I love the fact that he's a piece of crap because we've needed that. However, I just don't like the regen thing. I wish they kind of kept that out because that's why I love One Piece so much was because a lot of the shonen stuff. I mean, yeah, some of it is there, but some of it isn't. And once the regen thing was one of those things that I that wasn't in it I really liked. But it seems like that's what all of them gonna have. Basically, they're all gonna have spam regen powers. I'm guessing, but I could be wrong because each one of them could have a different. Of the Gorosei can have a different power. This is definitely possible. They may not all have the same standard. Like, hey, you're gonna get superhuman strength. You're gonna get regen powers, and then you're gonna have like an enigma of a special power. We don't know. But all we know right now is that Saturn. And mind you, he hasn't thrown a punch. All he's been doing is hitting with his spider legs. That's all he really been doing. And then he can hit people from afar. So he's done not that much, but he kind of has. And then this is something very new because, mind you guys, he is emulating hockey to a crazy degree. Okay, it's like he just don't know how to turn it off. That's how powerful this thing is. You know, so there's a lot with that too. Oh, my guy. My guy.
What's up?
What's up, homie? I didn't think you was gonna
What's up?
come through.
I have a little time to come in right now to talk a bit.
Oh, that's all right. We was about to get in out here in a few minutes anyway. How you doing, my guy? You good?
Pretty good, you?
Oh, I'm good. Listen, man. I was talking about this chapter, bro. Let me tell you something. This chapter was insane.
Yeah, I was watching while I was getting ready right now, and like
Mm.
the one thing I wanted to bring up was the Kizaru and Frankie stuff that you. Because remember, Frankie has Kizaru's beams as his attacks,
Yes,
and
which
just
is
to see
crazy.
I would like to see that interaction of like, oh, you installed my beams into your attacks. Like I want to see that. Like, and I definitely feel like what you were saying, like Frankie needs somebody to like level him up a little bit because we haven't seen much of Frankie in post time skip, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, we haven't seen him. I mean, yeah, we saw him fight the one of the beast pirates. We saw him fight that, and then the thing with Big Mom where he like took the motorcycle and put it to her
Yeah,
face or whatever. Yeah, but
but
yeah, I mean, yeah.
even before that, the only time he was actually like heavily involved was in Drossa when he was fighting.
Oh, Senor Pink. Oh, yep. Oh,
Yeah,
okay, get back. Okay. Yeah, nah, he froze a little bit. Yeah, and that's the thing. So I'm kind of glad he's getting this. So he's fighting an admiral, bro. So let me ask
it
you, like, do you
real
think?
quick,
Yeah, go,
real
go,
quick
go.
before you ask me, and some of the Straw Hats had their own times to shine as far as post time skip. Like Brooke was the MVP of Whole Cake.
Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
yeah. What were you gonna ask me?
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask you really quick. Like, do you think he's able to beat an admiral in Kizaru? Like, do you think he's actually gonna win that fight somehow, some way?
That'd
Or
be interesting. That'd be
oh, I think we lost him. Hold on. I think we lost him, guys. Hold on. Give him a minute. Give him a minute. Uh-oh. My guy.
got me. Got me.
Yeah, I got you now. Yeah, just say it again
All
because
right.
you clogged up. Yeah.
So I like the concept of Frankie versus Kizaru because you basically have all of Vegapunk's technology installed into
Right.
Frankie, and then
Right.
you have Kizaru who was actually there with Vegapunk through the years with Kuma and everybody there. So that will be interesting to see if Oda actually sticks with Frankie versus Kizaru.
Yeah, because remember, we also got Slangy versus uh you know, Saturn. I don't even know if that's gonna like actually happen too. You know what I'm saying? Because I was
Yeah.
saying that Sanji like that those fights just made me like to just buy for time because right now their main thing is just to get off of the island as soon as possible. So it's possible they may just have these fights just to stall for time. But it's just like how are they gonna do against these fights? Because these ain't no punks. These are actually like very powerful people, and we know homie got the regen out here. Saturn got the regen out here. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk something about that because
Yes,
like
yes, yes. Go ahead.
it's it's like you said, like One Piece, we've gotten to this point where nobody had regeneration and stuff like that. But like,
Right.
I don't know. I feel like if you need to, if we're like this far in the story, as far as like power wise, you're gonna have to upscale it a little
Which
bit.
is true. Well, which is true. Which is true. Yeah, you're right about that. It's just
And
like,
and the thing
yeah, go
is
ahead.
too, like we still don't know how Saturn and the Gorosei work as far as their powers.
Which is true too. It's true. And we don't know how powerful. We don't know like if it's like a hierarchy. Like, hey, Saturn's like number five. Uh,
Yeah. Somebody
we
did
we
bring that
don't
up that
right.
he's the weakest of the five, and that's like a good way of like showing everybody what's to come. Because there's no way right now that the Straw Hats are going to defeat Saturn. There's no way,
Yeah, I like even with
unless
Luffy, I can't see
unless
them doing that.
Gear Five comes into play and Luffy does some crazy shit.
Right, but it's just like even with Gear Five Luffy, it's just like what is he gonna do? Because he got not he burned out everything just trying to knock out Kizaru, which he knocked him down, but he didn't knock him out. You know what I'm
And
saying?
remember, Saturn was taking those hits. He didn't. he didn't want bother dodging or anything. He took all those hits head on.
Yeah, because he had the regen powers, but that's the other thing too. How much times can he do that? That's the
Yeah,
question too. Because
and also when he got punched by Kuma, which
woo,
I'm gonna talk about
God,
that real quick. As soon as he got punched by Kuma, everybody was able to move again, and I don't know, like maybe he needs to be focused on what's happening because that punch rocked his ass.
dude, hit him so hard, all the buildings fell down on him, bro. Like I was like, oh,
Broke his horn, like you said, sent him flying. All the buildings fell on him.
and I didn't notice his arm was gone. I didn't notice that
Yeah, his arm
until
was
like
gone.
the second read. I was like, oh, his arm was actually gone. I just thought it just got like chopped up in a little pieces because
And
of
you
the
were also
debris.
talking about the giant robot still in play too, also, which we haven't seen that in a couple chapters.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen them since the Kuma flashback, right? Before,
Yeah, well before,
right, but before it
and
started, yeah.
as far as Kuma, he's officially dead because he that was just love right there taking over
I'm
instincts.
about to say, yeah, it was just like that's what like kind of Vegapunk chalked it up to. He was just like,
And it's crazy he knew where Bonnie was.
right, which is like that's the thing because I'm like, okay, well, do they have a special ability to? Oh, yeah, this could be his will thing. I honestly, I don't know.
So I don't know if you saw the theory of the Straw Hats possibly getting the devil fruit on the Sunny after Kuma dies, quote unquote.
Oh wait, like the Sunny's gonna be a devil fruit?
No, like you know how they have the tangerines on the ship.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Since it's the closest fruit, it's gonna spawn there. Because I
Oh,
there's a
I
whole
didn't
thing
think
about
about that. Oh,
I'm on my phone right now and I can't look it up, but there's a whole thing with Sun God Nika and the Straw Hats and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
specific numbers. And Kuma's devil fruit is a specific number that is the missing one from the Straw Hat crew.
Ooh. So
Yeah,
wait, so mm,
I gotta find that because it was on a subreddit and
yeah,
I
send
should have
that to
tagged
me
it.
because I want to read that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I want to read that. We might have to do a video on that shit too because that's kind of insane to even think about. Like, and even so, does that mean that one of the Straw Hats is gonna eat that? Because I've been, yeah,
either that or somebody said Bonnie was gonna eat it since technically she didn't eat her fruit.
they
They
gave her the
gave it to
actual like
her.
fruit
Yeah.
ability. Oh my god, bro, bro! If you give Bonnie, Jesus Christ, if you give Bonnie the paw fruit, but she already got the her ability that's natural that's injected into her,
Yeah.
yo, she gonna be a problem. She's gonna be one of the most
I mean,
overpowered.
she's a problem right now, but
Yeah, but if
her
you give her this,
yeah yeah
oh, I honestly, technically, she'll have like two devil fruits. Technically,
yeah
and who else got two? Who else got two devil fruits?
Blackbeard's crew. Well, no,
Mm-hmm.
just Blackbeard. I
Yeah,
thought
just
most of
black.
them had two devil fruits,
Nah, I
but
think
no,
it's just black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I mean, even that. You know what's crazy? Now to talk about that too. And I'm glad you brought that up because, like I've been we watching, One Piece, and I just finished Skypiea. That part where Luffy and Zoro says that there's them and not him.
yeah yeah
I didn't realize this when I watched it the first time. So, remember in that scene where Luffy and Blackbeard meet each other in that tavern, and he gets the pies, and he says that this is disgusting.
and then Blackbeard said he loves it.
Yeah, so that didn't even dawn on me until I rewatched it again, and it's just crazy how Oda is doing this, bro. How are you able to just now that I'm looking what I'm looking at now. Now I got to look back and shit, and he laid out the groundwork right there.
Mm.
It's insane, bro. It's insane, bro. Um, And and then, just the strength of that punch with Kuma is just insane, bro.
Haki infused punch.
Yo, and that's why I was asking people too. I want to ask you too before we get out of here. Um, is Kuma above warlord status from what he did? Or do you or do you
Hmm.
like, would you say that he's a Yonko level, or would you just say like he's just the strongest uh uh warlord? Like, where would
I'll
you even put him?
say I'll say he's the strongest Buccaneer to date
I'll say that too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
because
think it follows the king,
there's
right?
also I think something like that,
Yeah, something like
and
that. Yeah. So
there's
yeah,
also the theory of Whitebeard also being a Buccaneer.
I wouldn't be
Because
surprised.
if you look at the pictures of them when they were younger, they have the same facial
Right.
features and some of the same features in
Right.
certain parts of the body.
I wouldn't be surprised either, because if you look at, I mean, oh my God, look at both of them. It's crazy. I think even Big Mom possibly might be a Buccaneer too, or something like
Yeah,
that.
because she's not a giant.
Right.
She's just a human that was goddamn big for no reason.
That's what I'm saying. I think she may just be like an anomaly, maybe a mutant or something like that, but she is a Buccaneer. Maybe she's like the Brawly of Buccaneers. Because you know, I like how Saiyans have legendary Super Saiyan. That might be what Big Mom is. She may be like a legendary Super Saiyan type of thing. I don't know.
And since she's not technically a giant, that was
Right.
the last race she was missing from her family.
That's what I'm saying. So, and everybody assumed, especially me, that she was a giant. But then when we really read like the context of it and we find out about Buccaneers, maybe more than likely she's a Buccaneer. And if that's the case, she's definitely gonna come back. Because I
You know what
don't
I
think
just
she did.
remembered? You know what I
Mm,
just remembered too?
mm.
Blackbeard took pudding too. So,
That's what I'm saying. Oh. Hmm.
and speaking of Blackbeard, some of his crews outside Egghead.
Which,
And
yeah, I was talking about that earlier too. Yeah. So yeah. So
you know what's funny? Like I was thinking about it before I jumped on here. Like when you were talking about the revolutionaries, I was thinking like this is oddly similar to the O'Hara incident where they're calling a buster call on this island that knows too much information.
well,
And like you were saying, Dragon was trying to find out where Kuma was going. Dragon was heavily involved from the this arc from the very beginning
right.
when
So
Vegapunk was talking to him.
exactly. So does that
You
mean
you
that
you you
he's
you
coming
you
through,
you can't
or
yeah you can't tell me they're in no way shape or form they're participating in what's happening in Egghead
right? Because I was just saying it before. Like, I can't see the Straw Hats getting out of this by themselves. I
because
can't.
if
I
we're
can't.
being realistic, like when they say this incident's gonna rock the whole world, like something big of significance is gonna have to happen here.
Right. Like, now I thought maybe Kuma would have killed Saturn. I thought maybe it was that, but now it may be something else, because
Yeah,
and it has to involve the revolutionaries. Maybe it's
may
Dragon meeting Luffy for the first time. Maybe that's the thing. I don't know.
that or a culmination of Kizaru somehow falling from his admiral position.
Ooh.
That'll be a heavy blow to the Navy and the Marines.
Because he is one of the strongest out there.
And he's the last OG of the admirals,
Well, Canet is just a kind. It's just a
and
Kainu now.
he's fleet admiral right now, and that's its own thing in itself.
Right. So we only got the blind one. We got Fujitora, Green Bull,
Fujitora, Green Bull, and Kizaru was the last
Kizaru.
one.
Yeah. It ain't, now that's the thing. I don't allow if I mean, you know what? If Kizaru leaves, then maybe you might be right, because I remember you said this a long time ago. What's the name might take that position? Uh Kobe.
Kobe. whenever he comes back from being
Right,
rescued.
right. I think he might take that position and be,
Or
you know.
or you could do something crazy and reintroduce Smoker as a new admiral.
Oh, but do you think he's strong enough to do it though? That's the question. Because we haven't
That
seen
see
him
that
in years.
that's why I wanted to bring up because remember he was supposed to be seeing Vegapunk and all that stuff for
Right.
modifications or whatever it was.
Oh, what?
I
Oh,
don't know if I don't remember. I don't remember if it was modifications or just like as far as more power in his devil fruit. I have to go back and I
right.
know you're rewatching it and you'll find it
Oh yeah,
eventually.
yeah, yeah. Because you know, ever since his loss from Doflamingo, ever since that L, bro,
Yeah, yeah,
we
he
ain't
took
seen
that
this man
L.
forever.
Yeah,
We ain't seen that man forever. So,
yeah. It's time he
the,
comes back.
yeah, but to make him an admiral though,
Well, remember his whole thing is actually chasing after Luffy, so that's a way to introduce him as well back into the
to
story.
reintroduce him back in the story. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even know if he would even chase Luffy at this point. Like, dude is like on another level. Like Smoker's
Well,
not
especially
gonna touch him
not,
now.
yeah, especially now that he's a Yonko, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, I
Yeah,
mean, I
because
can
they
still see
need
him do
permission
it,
from the higher ups to go
right?
attack a Yonko.
And even like just power wise, like again, I can see him try to go after him, but it's just like, what's Luffy? What is he gonna do to Luffy? Like Luffy has haki now. He can touch
Yeah.
Smoker. So it's just, and that was the problem from three time skip. He couldn't touch Smoker. Now he can do a hell of a lot more, especially in Gear 4. I
Oh
mean, he
yeah.
don't even have to go. He don't even have to go to Gear 5. So again, if he does go to Vegapunk for some modifications, what kind of modifications are we talking about? We talking about like Frankie? We're talking about like cool.
Hmm.
That's the question. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I have so many questions now. It's just from this one chapter alone. It's just
I
like,
I I I have one question. Where the hell is Luffy?
oh, I was talking about that too. I was just
That
like, yo,
that
this nigga
man
just
that
disappeared.
man was eating so much food and then he just
So
disappeared
he
out of
just
nowhere.
dipped. He was just like, all right, I got to go.
I I just thought of this right now. High
Mm,
moment. It was
hold on.
Caribou because Caribou we haven't seen Caribou in a while.
You know what, crazy? The recent One Piece episode, I just saw him.
Oh really?
I literally just saw him.
Wait, where
Uh,
are you right now?
I am where the robot. You finally see Lilith
Oh okay okay
with the
okay.
big, because the ship capsized. The ship fell overboard. It got turned over, and everybody's like just in the water. And then the big ass Megatron robot, Megapunk thing, takes the ship and flips it back over and saves everybody. That's what I'm on. Then we get introduced to Lilith, who she says she's Vegapunk. So that's what I'm up to right now. And then we get that whoo, we get that moment, y'all. We that Bonnie moment. You know what I'm saying? If you know, if you know, you know. So that's where I'm up to right now. And then we saw Caribou in the barrel and shit. So again, that is very true. He could have took Luffy. That's possible. Oh wait, maybe that's why they're there. The Blackbeard pirates. Maybe they did pick up Caribou.
Ooh,
I just thought about that
that
because I remember he's an informant for Blackbeard. I just remembered that. So maybe they maybe they homie had a transponder still that whole time.
bro, that would be crazy from the very beginning.
Right,
He's
right, and
he's
he's been
been with
mhm,
Blackbeard the whole time and informing them about everything.
right. Because remember, he was trying to get at Blackbeard was going to get at one
Yeah,
of the big three. He was going to get at one of them. He just happened to see Law. Um, but he was like he really going to go after Luffy more than likely. Because that's what he tried to do at Skypiea too, which is kind of crazy. Um, so yeah, that maybe Caribou is feeding them information throughout this whole time. Hey, we're here, we're here, we're here. And maybe that's why we see Blackbeard's ship, one of his ships right there. because I don't think it's Blackbeard himself. It may
Nah.
be one of his underlings. Maybe it's possible. Who knows? Who knows? But I think that might be it since you bringing that up too. Mm, damn, so, ooh, it's so much. But like overall, bro, what did you think about this chapter overall?
You know what's funny?
Mm,
Yeah, I'm glad you said that or asked that. Initially when I first read it, I'm like, okay, all right. I read it again, I'm like, okay, so shit is happening. Buster Call's happening,
mm-hmm,
Kuma is officially
mm-hmm,
dead, Luffy's gone, everybody can move again.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good chapter. Like well, where did we leave off? Oh, it was like right before Kuma was gonna punch him. That's right. Yeah.
Right, that was like literally the last chapter. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I didn't
I
think these
I
was gonna connect neither. It's crazy.
see. I wish Oda didn't do the to be continued like right before he was gonna punch Saturn. Like
Mm.
I wish we would have seen it in full force in a chapter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like when we saw the actual buildings come on top of them. Yeah,
Yeah,
that probably would have been a better way to end it off. And then you'd be like, oh shit, did Kuma just defeat Saturn, bro?
because that double page spread of Kuma punching the shit out of Saturn, great.
Oh, I was just saying that earlier. Like the art was, I would say this might have been Kuma. I should say Kuma. This might have been Oda's favorite chapter because the way he drew how Kuma hit Saturn
Let's go.
was oh
Come on.
master chef masterpiece, bro. I think it's one of the best.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe to me, I think it's one of the best looking panels in that I've seen in the manga so far. For me, like in recent like years, this is like the best looking shit I've ever seen because the way Oda drew that so like vividly, awesome, bro, awesome. Oh man, all right, man, you ready to cut it off here, man? You good?
yeah.
You got
My
everything?
Wi-Fi's acting up.
Oh, then that means we got to go. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for coming through. We appreciate that.
Best
Please
part,
like,
no break next week.
yeah.
Yeah,
So my God,
we're
bro.
back. We're back.
I don't need yo. He better not go. Yo, Oda, don't go on break for like, don't go on break for like a month, bro. You do what you want after this straight month, though. Don't go on break, please.
Yo, and I'm excited.
You excited? Oh, oh, I think we lost him. Okay. All right. I think we lost him. Okay. All right. We gotta go. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. We will see y'all in the next one. Okay.